Welcome to the lesson that will demonstrate how to add content to your web pages. Go ahead and log into Google, click on the apps in the upper right corner and choose Sites in order to get to your website. Choose New Google Sites, then locate your site. As you can see, I have no information. This is the example site that I've been sharing with you throughout this unit. So I'm going to go ahead and just copy this. Control C. You might want to type up your information in a Word document and check for spelling and grammar and so forth. Or you can just go ahead and start adding to your site by clicking Insert, Text Box, and then typing in your information. But I'm going to go ahead and paste what I wrote on the other site, and I'm going to make it a little smaller. I'm going to drag it over to the right, like I did here, and I'm going to insert a photo. Now you can take a picture of yourself and add it here, but for the sake of time, we're going to just go ahead and add an image by choosing the Insert option, choosing Images, and then clicking the Search option to locate an image. I went ahead and typed in study to represent a studious student. So I'll locate an image here for my home page. So I'll go ahead and select this one, and I'll drag it up here, and I'll go ahead and make it the same height as my text. And I'll choose Publish. I do that often. It's probably not necessary because you're not ready for people to see it, but I just do it out of habit. I do think it would probably be better if you can get a good photo of yourself to add it to this page. If you look at my example site, I will go to middle school, and I'm going to show you how to set up the middle school page. Notice I only have computer design set up. So if I wanted writing, I would go to the pages, I would click on Add Pages, and I would type in writing, and then Done. And of course I would drag it under the middle school. I'm going to have all these middle school options. So if I scroll, you'll see writing has become available. Notice that I have 6th, 7th, and 8th grade under computer design. That's because if I go to computer design, there's links for that as well. You do not need to set up 6th, 7th, and 8th grade for computer design. That's only if you choose to do so. You could just make computer design and put everything that you ever did in that class on the computer design page as this example is showing. So I will go back to middle school, and notice I set up writing here. I also have it as a drop down menu. So I would select writing, I would then click the hyperlink, and it would locate writing in that drop down menu. Hopefully it doesn't become too confusing because you are going to be having writing for 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade as well. I will go to the site that I'm building for this lesson. I will choose middle school, and I will start setting this up. Now notice I have computer design and language arts set up. If you wanted to add more classes, you would click here and then you would drag them under middle school to set up those pages. But for now, we're just going to do those 2 classes. I will click Insert, Text Box. I will go ahead and add the information. I don't know if you notice, I actually like this bolder font. Some people might choose to do normal text. I personally don't use it often because I like a little bigger text. So I choose subheading. So for middle school, I will have another picture. I like to have photos on my pages. It breaks the text up. And then I'll click here and I will start adding my classes. So computer design, and I will put language arts. And you can set up any other classes that you might be showcasing for your portfolio in middle school. So I'm going to go ahead and select that text, set it to subheading. Because I have set up computer design in my pages and I've set up language arts, I can make these hyperlinks to those pages as well. So I will have links in 2 different locations, from here and up at the top. So I will click on the little insert link, and I will locate computer design and choose apply. I will then select language arts, click on the hyperlink, and then choose language arts. Now when you start getting into 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade, this could get confusing because you might have language arts more than once. So you might put language arts grade 9 so it's easy to grab. But for now, hopefully this is making sense. I can either click down here and go to computer design, or I can click up at the top and go to computer design. I will go ahead and choose Insert. I will choose Images and locate an image to add to the site. Again, I encourage you to take your own photos. So I found an image to add to the page, and I'll go ahead and drag that up, and I like to make it the same height as the text. You don't have to, that's just my preference. And I publish. I went ahead and set up my computer design class. I want to remind you that you do not need to set up your computer design page with text and an image. You could have it set up with just your projects directly on the page. I wrote a basic description, and since many of my students will be setting up this portfolio, I've had them in 6th and 7th grade, 7th grade advanced, and 8th grade. If you've had me for those and you have stuff you want to share on the website, you'll want to set this up. I want you to take notice of the pages. Notice computer design. Those actually would be subcategories of computer design. So I'm going to choose add pages, and I'm going to type in 6th and 7th grade, and I will choose done. I will set this up later, but for now I'm going to go back to my computer design page, and I'm going to go ahead and set up that link. I'm going to select it. I'm going to go to the hyperlink, and I'm going to locate it here, and there it is, 6th and 7th grade. I will choose apply. Now, do you see where this is? Now, I could drag it up so that it falls under computer design, and I'm going to make sure that I click on the little dots next to 6th and 7th grade, because I do not want it to be a drop down. They won't allow you to make it a subcategory of computer design at this time. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that and choose hide from navigation. That way it's not going to show up, but the link will work. I will go ahead and set up 7th grade by clicking on add page. Actually, I'm going to call it advanced 7th grade, and I will click done. Again, I'll set this page up later. Go back to computer design, and I'll go ahead and set up that link. Actually, let me call it advanced. And I'll locate it in this drop-down menu. There it is. I choose apply, and I'm going to go ahead and just drag it so it's in the general area, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hide that navigation. Again, you would set up the 8th grade and set up a link. So I just set up the grades for computer design. Now this can get a little confusing if you choose to showcase work from 6th and 7th grade in your other middle school classes. So you can imagine when you set that up and you go to add that hyperlink and you scroll down and you're like, which one do I pick? So keep that in mind. I'm only expecting it from my 8th grade students who had me for 6th, 7th, and now 8th grade. This concludes the session on how to set up your pages with some text, links, and images. Until next time, you have a wonderful day.